as always, bring us some incredible NBA action. That's certainly what we have in store for us today. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan with partners Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. You look at the Suns, they're pretty rattled right now after a road trip in which they did not win a game. Now they hope to get back on track here at home.
Well, right now for the Suns, they just got to learn a few lessons from what they're going through this year. I mean, to use that experience to make sure that they grow from it.
Well, you always want to be getting better, Clark. So I like what you're talking about. Sometimes you can learn from adversity, learn from your mistakes. That's what this club has to do from here on out.
Presented by State Farm, let's take a look now at the Boston Celtics opening lineup. And for the Suns, so Phoenix will get the first possession. Here's Mitchell. Back to Walker. He passes it to Lucas. This one for three. The offensive rebound. Count the bucket. Lucas has got the first points of the night for the Suns.
He was not to be denied that time, guys. Fought his way to the glass and came up with the points.
Here's Holmes. Connects. The jumper drops. Phoenix Suns come into this one following loss to the Nuggets.
And they were really out-rebounded in that game. Put them at a huge disadvantage.
Well, you get clobbered on the glass, it's always going to put you at a disadvantage, Steve. I mean, they needed to do a much better job of establishing position inside and then going after the ball. You can't just box out and have position. Go get the orange.
Celtics on D. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
They took advantage of an opposing defense that looked completely out of sorts in that game, guys.
Yeah, they didn't come up against much resistance at all. I mean, they had success with pretty much whatever they tried.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Kevin, I briefly spoke to Doc Rivers. We talked about their strategy defensively, going up against such an explosive offense. He said, well, we've done our advanced scouting. We know where it is they like to get their shots and where they're most effective. The challenge is taking that information and using it out on the court. It's a great test for our players, and I'm eager to see how they respond. It'll be fun for us to watch, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks. And it seems they have planned wisely for a matchup like this against a team that scores so proficiently.
Well, you can't just ignore the firepower they've got. You got to plan for it. Map out a strategy, get guys shots, and see if you can get your team some momentum.
Well, if you don't do that, Steve, then you'll get burned. I mean, sounds like they're prepared for the challenge there.
6 to shoot. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Walker. Scooped up. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here. The Suns shoot their first free throws of the game. Free throws dropped for Mitchell. And Mitchell drops them both. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Inside. It's tipped. To the paint. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Celtics ball.
The grind of the NBA season wears on, but what a pleasure this year is turning out to be. Let's check out the West and see how the standings look. You look at the Nuggets. And checking out Phoenix, just need to take it a game at a time.
Well, right now for the Suns, they've just got to learn a few lessons from what they're going through this year. I mean, to use that experience to make sure that they grow from it.
Well, you always want to be getting better, Clark. So I like what you're talking about. I mean, sometimes you can learn from adversity, learn from your mistakes. That's what this club has to do from here on out.
So it's Phoenix now, following the three-pointer by Boston. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Mitchell's got 6.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
Fades away. Gets it to go.
Offensively, he's been really effective so far, making his shots count. No wasted motion.
They set the pick. Number 2. A strong effort on the rebound. Nets the second chance points. Celtics trailed by 3. Here's Gornev.
Celtics foul call. Number 44. That's his first personal foul.
The Suns have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's Mitchell. 14 points from him the last game against the Nuggets in Denver. Here's Meekins. Gets the bucket.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Well, he's been an 80% free throw shooter on the season. I mean, he shot the ball with confidence from the stripe.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over.
Suns leading by 3. Pass to Mitchell. Kicks it to Lucas. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
That's his first personal foul.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Guys, I think free throw shooting, and Steve, you can speak to this, is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season.
The free throw drops for Lucas. The Celtics making a switch here. He doesn't get the second one.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to have that one back, but making it a 2-possession game was the key, and he got that done.
Gornev. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Personal foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Gornev.
Well, he's become one of the most dependable free throw shooters around, about 82% on the year.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Well, he's an assassin from three-point range, guys. That's the first thing people talk about when his name comes up.
Yeah, he really has a feathery touch from out there, really soft and sweet. His consistency in shooting the ball is just amazing. Release point, trajectory, everything right where it needs to be.
Outside, Walker. Clock at 6. Gets a very good look and converts. So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. This game against Phoenix here is the first look at the Suns.
Well, they went 0-2 against them last year, and they feel like they should have done much better. Look for an intense game tonight.
The last few weeks, you see how Boston stacks up. 14th in three-point field goal percentage. Not very good in field goal percentage. The bottom third of the league. They've got some work to do there to raise those numbers.
Austin with the ball, trailing by 4. No good off the drop step. And you're right, Clark, a poor outcome last season. Both of these clubs, suffering similar fates.
Yeah, Kev, the word for the day is not necessarily rebuilding, but they need to be gradually improving.
And I think they are.
I think so, too. Boy, I like the aggressiveness here, guys, just powering it down that time.
And descended gradually as he lingered on the rim.
Yeah, you got to be careful, too, guys, because the referees will call a technical pretty easily on that play. He got away with it there.
Here is Pippen. Boy, he was something else against the Lakers. Here's Holmes. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Suns leading by 6. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
You see the benefit of knocking down baskets consecutively because it leads to the confidence growing and growing, doesn't it, Steve?
It sure does, and now it's to the point where they just feel unstoppable.
Walker with the rebound. The Suns have gone 7 of 11 from the field to begin the game. Here's Williamson. There's the block.
Kenny Walker!
Celtics trailed by 8. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
For the 3. They get it back. Number 44. Second chance shot. And in he goes for the easy two.
Well, that's what he does. He's going to fight and battle on the offensive glass all night.
Mitchell kicks to Walker. Here's Mitchell. He's got 8. Back to Walker. The high post shot. Can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. Number 41. Defended by Lucas. Celtics passing it around. Gordon. Here's Pittman. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Obvious foul. Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
The Celtics have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And as a club, they're kind of in the middle of the pack in the NBA in terms of their free throw shooting, about 76%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
Here's Walker. Rebounded by the Celtics.
That's an easy shot there. That's a shot that he should make more often than not.
Here's Kirkland. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Suns leading by 3. .157 left in the first quarter. The feed to Walker. 6 on the shot clock.
He's got to be very careful because he's already got 2 fouls in the first quarter.
Celtics making a switch here.
Austin. Defensive foul.
The Suns shoot their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And as a team, they're shooting about 75% on the year.
And so Walker nails both of them. Here's Hunt, averaging 6 points per contest. Number 8. Second shot opportunity. And the layup is good. Suns leading by 3. .110 left in the first quarter. Here's Barry. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
You know, for a guy his size, he doesn't play above the rim very often like he did on that slam.
Still got some power behind him, though.
Yeah, I mean, you let him get in close like that, he'll throw one down hard on him.
And so it's Boston with it. Here's Kirkland. Tries to save it. Out of bounds. Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. So both teams making some changes here.
Number 44.
Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Suns leading by 5. Dishes it to Lucas. Five on the clock. With the clock winding down.
Suns foul call. Barry. That's his first
Both teams changing it up here.
Gordon.
19 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Hunt. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Gornev. Can't can the J off the drop shot. And we reached the end of the first quarter.
With the score,
The Suns on top, up by 5.
23.
And we'll be
The
back
Celtics,
in just a moment with the
18.
start of the second quarter.
It's a
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
And they're really keying in on getting as many good shots inside the lane as possible. They're doing a nice job of not just settling for outside looks.
Yep, I agree. I mean, they're working it inside and doing it with intention and purpose.
4 on the shot clock. Here's Holmes. It's hauled in by the Suns. Walker's got 4 rebounds in this game. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
Tell you, I'm anxious to see what ends up happening with that Knicks game. Should be a good one.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. Here's Hunt over Williamson. Stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. With the lead pass. Celtics passing it around. There's the pick. Pass to Hunt. Down low. Number 41. There's the bucket. Good.
Number
You have a
41.
nice high percentage look right there.
Suns leading by 3. To the middle. Outside, Walker. Tries again. And no mistakes on the layup. And the Suns lead by 5.
Boy, they are really getting chewed up inside here. I mean, that's 8 of the last 10 points they've given up inside, in the paint.
Yeah, and the paint should be sacred ground for a defense. I mean, you can't let anybody just trot in there and get an easy bucket.
Here's Hunt. Here's Holmes. Gets it to go. He's got 6.
Yeah, saw just a little bit of daylight, went right to the rim.
There's the dish to Walker. Cannot hit. So the Celtics will take it the other way.
He has yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Pass to Hunt. Here's Holmes. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
Suns
With a
ball.
break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. The Suns 5th.
And I think a lot of it has to do with their defensive schemes, guys, because they rotate beautifully, and somebody is always there to protect the basket.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
Yeah, and guys, I think he feels like he can make a few improvements during this timeout. Just kind of make a couple of adjustments, get his club back on track.
You know, coaches are always tweaking and tinkering with things mid-game. Actually, sometimes they overdo it.
Here's Mitchell. He's got 8. Stolen. To the inside. Number 44. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2.
Attacking the paint again and again.
You know, they're getting whatever they want. I mean, 8 straight points coming inside.
Mitchell kicks to Walker. Pass to Mitchell. Here's Perry. And the Suns miss again.
Tell you what, it can be really frustrating as a shooter. All you can do is grimace because you just can't find the range.
Three-pointer. Lucas with the rebound. Lucas has got his third rebound on the night. Pass to Mitchell.
Defensive
That's the risky
foul.
run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
Kirkland. That's his third personal foul. First team foul.
To the paint. Shot to stop the drought.
Glenn
Lucas, that's good.
Lucas.
Lucas has got 7 points.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
So it's Boston now. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. Gets it to go.
8.
That's a defensive let-up right there. I mean, they've got to close down on him quicker when he's in three-point range.
Pass to Mitchell. Beyond the arc. Gets it to go. He's got 11.
Mitchell.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a three-point battle like this.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock. We're going to rock. Around 10 o'clock tonight. Put your back,
Both teams decided to change it up.
Kevin, and looking back over the last month, let's check out how Phoenix stacked up. 7th in steals, 12th in three-point field goal percentage. And when we look at the free throw shooting numbers, not very strong. Top 20 in the league. That begs for improvement.
What they try to do, Clark, is pressure the ball. I mean, you talked about the steals per game, and that's the key number of all those stats. They pressure the ball. They really create havoc for the offense. And when they take you out of the flow of your offense, it really makes the ball stop, and the game becomes very difficult for the offensive team.
And it's the Suns with the ball, following the bucket by the Celtics. Six to shoot. Here's Sandor. Here's Lucas. And he drops it in following the offensive rebound. Lucas has got 9.
But they haven't been getting lit up from outside here. All the points they're giving up are from in close. They've got to offer more resistance.
Yeah, defense has to get better, Clark. They've got to body up, bump somebody, get physical, force the action back out to the perimeter.
Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Inside, here's Sandor. And the shot is good. And the Suns lead by 3. The Celtics have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Gornev. Gets it to go. 9 points in the game so far.
And the defense really has to pick it up here, guys. They allowed themselves to get picked too easily.
There's a good screen. Pass to Mitchell. It's intercepted. Here's Hunt. Here's Pittman. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Here's Sandor. Here's Meekins. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Meekins.
Celtics trailed by 3. Here is Pittman. Right now averaging 11 points a game. Number 9, defended by Lucas. The Suns shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Here's Mitchell. He drains the quick shot.
Mitchell.
Now it's a 5-point Suns lead.
This is a very steady performance offensively for him.
Here's Hunt. Off the drop step. The shot will not go.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Pass to Mitchell. The 10-footer. There's 1:40 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Sondor. The rebound by the Celtics. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Poked loose and stolen by Lucas. Can't get it to go. And it's Boston the other way. Here's Hunt. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Austin. They get the rebound. Suns leading by 5. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first half. That's good. Walker's got 6. Well, the Celtics shooting 41% from the field here in the second. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Trying to get back on track. Jump shot is good.
Holmes.
8 points for him. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Back to Lucas. Here's the 3. No luck. From about 19 feet.
Austin.
And that one's good. Now it's just a 3-point Suns lead. Number 2. Got it off in time, but it's no good.
That's the end of the first
Close
half.
game as we wrap up the second quarter. Suns lead by 3. Folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show with Damon Priest for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Monday has almost come to an end. Let's celebrate with a little halftime show. The Suns are battling hard in this one. A team definitely in the mix for the playoffs, and as a matter of fact, if they win this one, they'll move into the 8th spot. And slugging it out so far, the Boston Celtics. They've gone to their bench for the spark, and it's fired. Big scoring off the pine. Let's start by looking and seeing what's on tap in the NBA. It'll be the...
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Here is Pippen. Down low, number 44. And he converts the layup.
Number 44.
6 points for him.
You know, it is really hard to miss shots that close to the basket.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for the Celtics. Boston trailing.
Defensive foul. Glenn Lucas. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Here is Pippen. Just 5 on the clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Tipped away.
Now, the defender was so close to him on that pump fake that he just took the ball out of his hands.
Lucas, that's good. Lucas has got 11 points. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Just 4 to shoot. It's 1 on the clock. And the basket by Pippen.
Every once in a while, he'll kind of step out of his role and give you something like that.
Passes to Lucas. And that one's good.
Randall.
He has 6.
Higgins.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Here's Holmes. Lucas with the rebound. Lucas has got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Mitchell, and fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
Let's see how the Suns have performed over the last few weeks. 7th in steals, 9th in three-point field goal percentage. And as far as block shots go, not a strong suit for this team. Only top 20 in the league. They really don't do a good job of defending the paint.
What they try to do, Clark, is pressure the ball. I mean, you talked about the steals per game, and that's the key number of all those stats. They pressure the ball. They really create havoc for the offense. And when they take you out of the flow of your offense, it really makes the ball stop, and the game becomes very difficult for the offensive team.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
He did not look too happy about some of the things he saw on the court. So I would expect some changes here.
I think it's the right move, quite honestly. I mean, they just didn't look sharp or at their best out there. So take the time out and give yourself a chance to regroup.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Here is Pittman. There's a screen. Shot clock at 5. Good.
Message is good by.
Pittman's got 5.
Good start for this offense. They're shooting
All right,
3 of
Phoenix,
4 now
keep it
from
going.
the field.
Here we
So
go.
offense is in a good mood.
Dancers.
And the Suns call time here. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already in December. You look at Chicago. And, of course, the Boston Celtics just way behind.
You know, looking at Boston, they've proven they have a long way to go if they're going to be a competitive team in this league.
And even if they weren't expected to play at a high level this year, I think most people felt they were capable of being better than what they're showing right now.
Celtics trail by 3. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Holmes. The pass to Pittman. Puts one up from 19.
Unfortunately, he just has not been able to produce offensively to this point.
And it's the devastating one-handed jam.
Throwing it down with one hand and making it look easy.
Easy, and Fonny just thrives on making the D look silly.
Yep, which is something he does pretty often, Kevin.
So it's Boston now. It's a 5-point game. Lucas with the rebound. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Mitchell passes to Lucas. Blocked. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
Yeah, some good matchups. And I'll tell you, that Pacers game definitely has caught my eye.
And so here's Phoenix. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. 5 to shoot. Easy shot. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 17 now.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
He kicks it to Pittman. Backs in. Here's Gornev. Here's Kirkland. Can't get it to go. Suns leading by 7. Here's Mitchell. 17 points in the game. Good ball movement here by the Suns. They set the screen. Snatched away. Here's Holmes. It's good from the top of the key. He's got 10.
Well, certainly a floor spacer offensively. You can't leave him, a guy with such great range. So anytime you've got a situation where he's moving towards that open spot on the floor, you've got to rotate out quickly.
A second thing I want to bring up about him is his top-notch play on the low block. He puts on a clinic down there some nights with all the moves he shows off.
Here is Pittman after the Suns pick up 2. Here's Gornat. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
How about that play?
That's his-
Great body control. Still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that
Shooting
whistle
one.
blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Suns leading by 4. There's the pick. Here's Williamson. Again, Phoenix.
Williamson!
The Celtics have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Here's Hunt. Number 9, guarded by Walker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Number 9, nice jump shot from the top of the key.
Number 9.
And so here's Phoenix. They lead by 4. Back to Lucas. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
Celtics
And this is
ball.
what the schedule looks like for the Boston Celtics. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Celtics trail by 4. Number 41, defended by Lucas. Here's Gornev. Here's Austin. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, probably the right play
Shooting for
defensively.
Boston.
If you can't get the block, send them to the free throw line. Don't give them an easy 2.
No easy buckets inside. Force free throws and work to keep them out of the lane next time around.
That one is up. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And he sinks the second. Suns leading by 3. Lets it go from the wing. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
We have seen the intensity pick up big time here in the second half.
Well, you can feel the desire from both teams that they really want to win this.
So it's the Celtics now. Number 44. Jams it straight down.
Rough and rugged down there in the low post.
That's his trademark. Hard rebounds, hard finishes, up high and down hard.
And he never stops working. That's what I really appreciate about him, guys.
Clock at 6. Number 2. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Pass to Hunt. Another shot. That one goes. Count it.
Hunt.
6 points for him. The Suns have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. They set the pick. He feeds it to Lucas. Shot clock at 6. Number 2. Here's Parks. And so he ends a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
And look at how the Celtics performed over the last month here, Kevin. 11th in three-point field goal percentage, 19th in free throw shooting. And the shooting numbers a bit woeful. Just top 20 in the league in field goal percentage.
And he can't get the first one. The Suns making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. And the Celtics making a change here. And the second free throw, good. 1:31 left in the third quarter. Here's Hunt. 6 points for him. Here's the screen. Ball's knocked loose. Clock at 6. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Got that one up quick. And the Suns lead by 4.
And now 6 of their last 10 points from mid-range.
Yeah, jump shot really serving these guys pretty well.
There's 49 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Number 44. Good.
Number 44.
He's got 10.
That's the way to work the ball in close to the hoop, guys.
The Suns have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Pass to Mitchell. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots from the elbow. Good on the shot. Mitchell's got 19 points.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
Here is Pittman. 5 points in the game. Here's Holmes. And the layup falls.
Holmes.
9 seconds left in the third. Pass to Mitchell. For the lead. Blocked. And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here. The Suns on top. They lead by 2. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next.
It was a beautiful day. The sun beat down.
As the fourth quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite Uncontainable game. Let's go to Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, the Suns come away with the uncontainable game. Some games a team can catch all the breaks, and they have made the most of everything that's been given to them. Great effort so far, guys.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. The Suns leading. Feeds it to Lucas. He dishes it to Walker. Kicks to Lucas. Back to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. Number 2. That one's good from the corner.
Well, you hate to see a guy suffer through a game like this, but his team is winning.
And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Here's Holmes. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first at the line for the Celtics. Holmes. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Both teams will make substitutions. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Another trip to the line, and he's right on the mark. He's not a guy you want to get in the habit of putting on the strike.
Number 2. Misses the 3. Boston trailing. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Kirkland guarded by Walker. To the middle. It's stolen. Number 2. The shot is off. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Here's Hunt. To tie it up. Shot is blocked. And there's the feed to Lucas. Puts the lead pass in front of him. That's good.
Randall.
And the Suns lead by 4. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Pass to Hunt. This ball movement by Boston. They set the pick. From the baseline. No luck.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Dishes to Lucas. The dish to Walker. For 3. Shot is off. Celtics trailed by 4. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Hunt. Five on the clock. That's good.
That's 4 of their last 5 buckets now coming in the paint area.
And they're in attack mode right now, barreling in there with bad man intentions.
Timeout called the Suns.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives them an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He was highly animated when he was talking to them, telling them this is going to be a huge win for us. When we close this out, it will go a long way towards showing the rest of the league what we're capable of.
That's going to be important for this team to fight over the top of screens defensively.
Yeah, you got to tag him and stay right close to him because with his touch, he doesn't need much space to get his shot off.
Here is Pippen. And hit the turnaround jumper. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Pass to Mitchell. And he slams it in one-handed.
An open lane right there. Pretty much saw the daylight he wanted and took advantage.
Yeah, great opportunity, and he seized it without much hesitation.
Yeah, a little too easy, if you ask me. The defense really needs to tighten things up here.
And Boston has possession after the Suns pick up 2. Passes it to Pippen. Pass to Hunt. Inside. And the basket by Pittman.
Yeah, we're now starting to see them get some high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 buckets inside the lane, so they're getting really high percentage looks down there.
And Phoenix has possession. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Here's Mitchell. With the clock winding down. Rebound by Hunt. Here is Pippen. Pass to Hunt. That's good. Now just a 2-point Suns lead. The Suns have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Mitchell. Here's Meekins. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Here's Hunt. To tie it up. Buries the jump shot.
Hunt.
And that makes it a tie ball game.
Offensively just hammering away in the paint.
And that's 10 straight points inside, too.
Pass to Mitchell. to the paint. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
That's his 4th. Shooting for Phoenix, Lucas. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Lucas. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
Yeah, that one miss could hurt them. I mean, there's a big difference between being up 1 and being up 2.
There's the pass to Pippen. There's the screen to the inside. Here's Gornev, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
And all 10 of their last points have come inside the paint, so defensively you've got to make an adjustment.
Yeah, and you got to do a little more to stop it, too. I mean, it's coming way too easy for him. At some points, you just got to buck up and say it's not going to happen.
No good from Lucas.
Couldn't convert, but nice little 2-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Here's Gornev, and the basket good. And now it's a 3-point Celtic lead.
Just too easy. They're getting whatever they want down there.
You said it, Steve. 5 straight field goals inside for him. The defense has to clamp down here.
Phoenix with the ball. Pass to Mitchell. Wide open look. And it's good. Mitchell's got 12 points here in the second half. The Celtics have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Now a timeout called by Boston.
You know we own this game. Let's get up and let them hear it.
And the Celtics making a change here.
Holmes.
Kirkland, defended by Lucas. Celtics passing it around, and stolen by Lucas. Here's Meekins, makes the lead pass. Picked his pocket. Holmes, guarded by Walker. There's the pick. He kicks to Pippen. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
This possession gives them a chance, Clark, to take the lead.
And they don't want to let it slip away.
Pass to Mitchell.
2 minutes left. 2.
Takes the lead. Mitchell's got 8 points here in this quarter. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're behind by 1. 1:52 left in the fourth. Left here in the fourth quarter. Kirkland, defended by Lucas. Here is Pippen. Five to shoot. Here's Gornev. Kept alive. Number 44. .109 left in the game. Cuts off the pass. He feeds it to Lucas. Here's Meekins. Nails it.
Huge bucket.
They don't get much bigger than that, Steve.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fades and shoots. Shot to end this cold run. Rebound by the Suns. And they go to the intentional foul. The Celtics making a switch here. This may be their most important possession.
Yeah, as long as they don't make a mistake here, they should be safe.
At the line for 2.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 5-point game.
I don't need to tell you guys, those free throws are big. It's a 2-possession game now.
Time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They trailed by 5. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Gornev. And the defense didn't have possession. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
It's the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. He hits both from the stripe.
Rock solid there. That trims it to a 1-possession game, so a critical free throw.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Holmes. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Yeah, that didn't go down, but those are exactly the plays coaches like to see.
He's perfect from the line this time. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
At the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. He's off that time. Second free throw missing. Here is Pippen. Connects! A big bucket there to quiet this crowd, Clark.
You know, that's exactly what you got to do. Take them out of the equation. Make those fans be quiet.
Yep, and that's exactly what he did.
And the Suns call time. They lead by 2. 1 second left to play here in the fourth. The steal. Here's Gornev. Oh, that's not a chance, but no good.
81.
So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan player of the game.